I'm Pen of PenPlays, and I'm here with a review of the Ninjago Legacy Ultrasonic Raider for Masters of Brickjitzu. Thanks to Lan for providing this set to Masters of Brickjitzu and allowing me the privilege of getting to review this set for them. As always, we open up with the minifigures, all of which I have no doubt you're familiar with, as these Ninjago Legacy minifigs get around. I'll wear the now iconic and maybe a little overused March of the Oni sets, with shoulder armor and no changes to the prints on their heads since the Lego Ninjago movie. Zane's is only of note, as it being paired with this suit was only a recent change in combination. The Legacy Golden Weapons of Spinjitzu were included, as well as katana for each. No hair is included for anyone. Not that you'd expect Serpentine to have hair, or much variation in Legacy either, as Radla is, once again, included in this set. The original is a classic, but I really love how this reimagining makes him shades of blue to match his fellow Hypnobrai. Despite Radla being included again, this set was the first to reintroduce Mesmo, complete with his original head mold. His prints are new and more in line with Slitherez back in 2012. While Radla wields a jagged sword, Mesmo wields a blade closely inspired by the Constrictized Silver Fang blade, as they appeared in sets during 2012. But perhaps maybe the biggest reason people are interested in this set is the Golden 10th Anniversary Zane minifig. As each of these 10th Anniversary minifigs do, the ninja wear a mask based on the season they were focusing. For Zane, that's the Ice chapter of Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu, using an FS hood to reflect such. Aside from wielding a katana, a Zane-themed base is included with the 10th Anniversary logo on it, the only set-specific print in this entire set. The focal point of the set, the Ultrasonic Raider, is something. To start, it rolls great like this. Now, to note, Ninjago Legacy's intent was reimaginings of some of the most iconic sets from the first few seasons of Ninjago, and while the Ultrasonic Raider is an iconic staple of those earlier years, this set is more inspired by the Ultra Stealth Raider, both in layout and in function. Unlike both the prior Raiders, this set opts for a more angular look, yet embraces the 2012 Raider's subtle red highlights by bringing them to the forefront. A wing deployment function is also here, and it even uses some of the very same wheels that were on the back of the original Raider. That's about where the similarities between this set and the set it was supposed to be inspired by stop, which is unexpected for a Legacy set. You can fit in You can fit minifigs in spots around the build, but unlike the prior yet similarly priced versions, you can't fit multiple ninja in the larger cockpits, a welcomed feature in the originals. The looseness of the head cockpit makes for a rather frustrating ease of access. It being attached to the cockpit above, rather than being weighed down by it, would solve this, like what was done with the 2016 Ultra Stealth Raider. Something the Ultra Stealth Raider did, that this set also manages to do, is have these blaster mounts. This one is complete with spring-loaded shooters to emulate that. Also like the Ultra Stealth Raider, these side cockpits eject from the main build. The Stealth Raiders are more akin to snowmobiles and don't include the cannons that connect them to the center. These are literally a sidecar attached to a tread. This is the only good angle the disconnected vehicles have, as this one shows off its faults. One side heavier than the other requires a smaller wheel to keep balance, but rather than hiding it in the build, it's just out here, prone, next to the connection point that literally looks like someone just tore it off the main vehicle. It might as well be, with how much a mess the underbelly of these things are. This section is visible from the back as well, and looks absolutely hideous. The clip here is for weapon storage. These two are the only ones in the entire set. There are 9 weapons that need to be stored, so might as well not include the option in the first place. These were also not designed with nunchucks in mind, but can be worked with. Attaching the vehicle's back doesn't change much for the mess. Something both Raiders also featured was an ejectable flying vehicle. You could lift it up from the build one-handed, but you're gonna take the whole Raider with you. The clutch power of the axles keeping this on here are strong enough to make removing it a chore, but when it's off, it's visually not that bad. The very abrupt and strange cutoff of the angles at the side look like a mess, especially considering the intent here is for the red stripe to go the entire way down. The stickers were cut very nice here, by the way. Pressing the red bush at the top deploys the wings nice and smooth. Don't expect that at all when trying to fold them back, or in any other direction for that matter. You'll have to reach around the wing bars to lift them back into place from the top. From the back, there's next to nothing to grip it from to lift the wings up, and if you use the wing bars as leverage to do so, they'll start disconnecting due to the stress. It's implied you can angle these to show some semblance of steering, but push them any wrong way and the bowcaster dart used for ball joints slip right out. I also recommend you push the bush gently at the top, as those same parts pop off if you're too rough in just the deployment process. These are simple motions that a kid will do during play, even if on accident. It basically crumbles in their hands. It doesn't live up to expectations at all. So in their frustration, these kids will want to reassemble the vehicle to the main build, likely pushing these wings back too far, disconnecting these ball joints from the Technic angle elements, prepping the entire thing to fall off during the next playtime. This got past playtesting how? I don't know. But we still have the core of the build to cover. In the Ultra Stealth Raider, again, not the Ultrasonic Raider this set is supposed to be inspired by, the central portion converts into a megalithic motorcycle. Rolls smooth as butter, but you let go and it falls on its side. There is no kickstand. The wide back wheel is what allowed the Stealth Raider to stay upright. Kids always like a bike standing upright during play, and those who display sets would feel similarly. It's not like the set compromised its appearance for the sake of balance in other parts of the build. Oh wait, what happened here? In the true spirit of embracing the legacy Ninjago has brought about, especially with other sets in the sub-theme, the expectation would be that this set would embrace what came before it, but instead comes around with something completely new based off the concept, which, in most circumstances, isn't bad. Foregoing the originals and its successors, space age curves is one thing, but promoting functions that fall apart or are nominal in comparison to most offerings any other theme could bring about is something else entirely. Already, those who were excited about the prospect of a reimagining of the original being taken aback by this set somehow ending up being both, yet neither of the Raiders that came before it. And now, somehow, this messy, loose-piece riddled model manages to set the bar even lower. Even if some may accept this set as a compromise, due to how insane aftermarket prices are for the originals, we shouldn't just settle for an offering like this anyway. At this point, we're lucky this thing even looks good in one form, let alone have wheels that roll smooth, which is so sad to say considering both of the other Raiders produced previously were priced similarly, if you don't factor in Master Chen's mech from the Stealth Raider. This set even has more pieces than the original did, and yet doesn't even come close. I will mention the build specifically though, as despite its functional flaws, there's a few interesting bits of note, especially in that detachable jet. If you're shopping for someone who will play with this set, I highly recommend getting something else for its price. This set is not worth the disappointment. If you are a collector, don't bother getting it either, unless you absolutely need it to complete your collection. You're better off just buying Anniversary Zin on his own. Let us know if you found this review insightful by giving it a like. Subscribing lets you see more from Masters of Brickjitzu, and clicking the bell will notify you when our videos go live. Anyways, I'm Pen, this is Masters of Brickjitzu, and I'll see you next time.